homie. Let me get in where I fit in, homie. Let me get in where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They call me Bobby Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a Damu. The hardest blood on my tongue. Thinking this is warm blue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. Just throw my name around, get super, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A versus thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get in where I fit in, homie. Let me get in where I fit in, homie. Let me get in where I fit in, homie. Let me get in where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I pour all the plaques, you use Decepticons. Straight rappers in the streets like Cobra. 80s they can float, they like up in the storage and I'm E-man. Up, down, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja Turtle rap, turtle plans to defeat it. High in my ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get in where I fit in, homie. Let me get in where I fit in, homie. Let me get in where I fit in, homie. Let me get in where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast right now, go ahead and get up. Because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And I wasn't early. I was not until like 7. It's my time, 7:15. So I was over here on the struggle bus because I didn't know it was 7:15. Normally my alarm clock goes off and I ain't hear nothing. I worked last night and yeah, I was sleepy. I'm just being honest. I need some, you know what I need? I'm just being honest with you. I need the smell of something buttery and flaky to start my morning. What I need is some Pillsbury buttermilk biscuits. Let me see if Stevie Knight will share his biscuits with me. Stevie, if you can hear me by the sound of my voice, would you please share your buttermilk biscuits with me? I need them, buttery and flaky to wake up. And the only way that I could wake up is to smell the Pillsbury biscuits. All right. Today, Okay. I'm joking, Stevie. Not getting your feelings. What is this? No whack ass buttermilk biscuit. I got it, buttermilk biscuit. I'm joking, Stevie. Don't you do that. Don't you get in your feelings, Stevie. I'm playing with you. Pause. Not like that. I'm joking. These are jokes. Tyrone Magnus already blocked me. Don't you block me, Stevie Knight. Don't you block me. All I want is biscuits, and you are the man that got them. I bet you got just you open up your pantry, and there's just cans and cans of nothing but buttermilk and raisin biscuits. Let me borrow a can. All right, today I'm going to discuss this rumor. This came out, and shout out to Mika G. First of all, let me just do this. Shout out to Mika G and Bluminati, my man Blue. Both of them are veterans. Today is Veterans Day, so shout out to them. Want to make sure that we're giving I need your grits money. But make sure to shout out, shout out our veterans, especially with the way everything is going with the government and stuff like that. Let's make sure to at least shout out to people who literally go over and beyond for our country. You know what I'm saying? Starting at a young age. I mean, old Mac was going into the military. You know what I'm saying? Old Mac got all the way into his physical exam. And they was like, what's that scar on your arm? And they found out that when I was 12 years old, I was cut down on my nerve. And it was like, we can't take you. No, Mac was not happy because I wanted to go because my uncles served. So shout out to my all my uncles that served. Shout out to my cousins that served. My cousin Steve, my cousin Newt, of course. You know what I'm saying? And all the people that served in our military, man. All the people that I've met along the way that have really, they've seen some stuff. Shout out to y'all, man. This is y'all day, man. Shout out to all the veterans, man. For real. I salute y'all for real. But on this, we're just going off this rumor. And shout out to Mika G. She is the one who sent me the rumor mill. So comicbookmovie.com has picked it up. Black Panther 3's title has been revealed. Here's what we need to know. So we are going to go over it today. See if this rumor is true. They said they even got a date that is going to start filming. I don't know about this. I'm just saying this is not coming from the trades. This is comicbookmovie.com. I'm not saying this is just rumor. Big old fat grain of salt with this one, but we're going to go over it and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? The Grifter Bears can wait. We're going to get them tomorrow. But today, talking about Black Panther. So again, hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is, are you
Say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
All right. Wake up. It's the first of the month. Actually, it's the second week of the month. Wake up. It's the first of the month. I remember when that song came out, everybody in the school was singing it. Wake up. Miss Roberta, the church auntie, good morning. Wavy Thames, good morning. That brother hit me up. We doing the show? Yeah, as soon as I get the crust out my face. That's love though. Marley, the birthday boy. Hopefully, my brother, you had a really good birthday, man. I hope you had a really good birthday, man. Shout out to you, even making that number, man. Of course, shout out. And hopefully you enjoy your week, your weekend, whatever you got planned is safe. You're blessed. So keep doing you, big dog. Keep doing you, and stay away from Miss Roberta up in the chat doing all that cursing. X-Man and Xavier Phoenix, good morning, good morning. My man Rashad Walker, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need some time though. I need some time. Christian King, what's up? Yeah, if you know about that intro, you know. There's two I haven't played in a minute. But yeah, that's the old one. Andre Ware, what's up? Yup. It's still recast T'Challa. And I'm thinking that too. That's why I really want to go over this rumor. But again, the rumors have been hot and heavy. So yeah, it's crazy. Alvin Rodriguez, good morning. Johnny Rastafari, good morning. It said it's biscuit time. Let me see. Let me get through all the people that's in here. Pressetta, good morning. J. Carter, good morning. He be wanting me call out the Grifty Bears. As my man Utterly Noah will say, Grifty Bears. We gonna get to them. We gonna get to them. Trust and believe. Mika G, speaking of Mika G from Cinematic Nightmares Podcast. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Good morning. She's the one who sent me this. So we gonna get it to it. Junior Network, good morning. And shout out to Junior Network. Make sure that you follow him on YouTube too, because he's one of the main ones who's been having the Michael Jackson updates for the Michael movie. And look what Michael did. 24 hours, the biggest one of the highest rated trailers for a biopic, the biggest. Let me say it like that. The biggest, beating Taylor Swift, biggest the most watched trailer in 24 hours for a musical biopic. And that goes to, I knew it wasn't going to do in-game numbers because we got to think about the generation. But all I've seen since that Michael trailer come out is people discussing Michael Jackson. Videos that popped up. I've never seen. This is a 5-hour video. I said to Big G was like, and it's sad as hell because it goes over every aspect of his case. Every detail of his case, which if those who's old enough to know, we've already went through all the leak recordings and all of that. It's called Loving Neverland. We went through all the leak recordings and all of that stuff and how people was trying to set up Michael Jackson, and I even told a family member, because this was years ago. Hold on, because this decided to oh my God, I need a new holder. God dog it. Hold on. I don't know why I did that in the first place, because that's not what I was trying to do. Need to tighten this mug and loosen this up. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Or I need a new depth, something. But no, those are old enough, know about all the leak audio and how these people were setting them up for money. And because the first family, he just settled, then everybody else came after him. And then about Tommy Mottola, all of that, how the FBI investigated this man and found him innocent. And like I said, I remember talking to a family member, and it was like, you think, I think Michael Jackson's nasty because where there's smoke is fire, and everybody ain't gonna be making them no rumor. I said, bruh, the FBI investigated this man and found nothing. The FBI, who has been wiretapping Michael for years, they found nothing. Not a sprinkle, not a nothing. Not a black hairy nothing. Oh, nothing. AD Seal was like, I'm obliged. I was like, dude's rich. You don't think people trying to extort this dude? You don't think they sent people to extort him? I like if they would have found something, you can't you know, if they would have found him, if there was a tape, well, like R. Kelly, then you got me. There's nothing. Nah, man. Michael was innocent. Michael was a victim, you know, of being just being rich and famous. And they really messed that man's mind up going after him. He just, you know, trying to be Willy Wonka, you know, but not Freaky Willy. You know what I mean? It's just sad, but you know what I mean? So I can't wait to see Michael. Like, I know this is it's not going to be Endgame, but I know this is easily $1 billion movie to me. Easily $1 billion movie. Stamina MC, good morning, good morning, good morning. Erica D, aka She Loves Fantasy, good morning, good morning. Q is not a robot, good morning, good morning. Yes, you did made it in. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. My man Sheed, what up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. See, Alvin, you messed up. Coffee, buttered biscuits. Coffee, smothered biscuits. Coffee, raisin biscuits. You better get your biscuits up. Tina, aka Minty Gasm, good morning, good morning, good morning. Michael Johnson, good morning, good morning. Exactly. They had nothing. I'm just saying. Michael is always, like, literally. Michael has been one of my favorite I had the Beat It jacket, the Thriller jacket when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, and somebody got me a bootleg one because I had a red and a black one and found out the black one wasn't real. But yeah, man, it's just, I can't wait. I can't wait for this. Yeah, exactly. And it's funny is that back then, like cosmetic, like they went through the rigor of Michael Jackson doing cosmetic surgery. I mean, the tabloids, all of that called him weird, called him freaky, called him all of that. Now that is the norm for celebrities. Like literally the norm. But they just had to find a reason to pick on Michael Jackson. And somebody said it best. Michael, the reason why I'm going to tell you right now, the reason why Michael was attacked the way he was, for real, is because he was beating them at their own game as far as this music. Soon as he bought that Beatles anthology and he said, I just thought it was good business. It was a target on his back. From that point on, because he was beating them at their own game and they didn't like it. That man owned, I would never forget Dick Gregory. Rest in power, Baba Gregory. One of my favorite black leader comedians of all time is Baba Dick Gregory. Shout out to Dick Gregory. But he came out and said that man owned half of Sony and took out that book and started reading names. You can't, I'm trying to tell you, that man he beat them at their own. He was smart. He wasn't about to be no dummy. They did Prince the same way. They didn't just ridicule Prince like they did Michael. They made fun of Prince, but they didn't. Michael was on. When I tell you, there's never, and I really believe this, there's not gonna, because of the way social media is now, there's never gonna be a star bigger than Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson overthrown the Beatles and Elvis, and for the history of this country, you're not gonna be a black man and be the biggest star in this country without some type of controversy, without something. They're going to find anything that they can throw at you, anything, and we've seen it. I'm talking about we've seen some of our biggest superstars that literally start playing the game and start beating it. Look what they've done to them, especially if you're black and you're male. I'm just saying, You gotta when they say when smoke is fire, it gotta be something. R. Kelly's different because we got that on tape. There's nothing you can deny that. But like Michael, I mean, even I'm gonna say that, like, even the Bill Cosby thing, I'm not saying he didn't do it, but it's a lot. There's just make me scratch my head, but like, wait a minute, how do you have this certain type of, you know, toxin in your system to make you not remember something, but you remember everything in full detail? Not saying he didn't do it. I'm not saying he didn't do it because I wasn't there, but that's a hell of a memory to be recount details. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I just wasn't there. But a lot of the commercials, I mean, a lot of the talking points, I was like, yeah. Anyway, yeah, he was putting the spoon in the pudding, but some of it was like, I'm not going into anything because I don't know, because Bill Cosby still went to jail. But some of the details were a little sketchy to me, is all I'm at best. At best. And I know, you know, you guys are bringing up the whole Universal thing, or he tried to buy NBC or NBC Universal or whatever. But I want also people to know the impact that, just put it like this, A Different World, that show alone made, at the time of airing, HBCU's enrollment spiked the highest it's ever been during that run of a television show. Because how impactful that is, that you have a show with all the drama and all the hilarity and all of that based on, you know, fictional historical black college, but then actual historical black universities, actually college universities actually went higher, enrollment went higher. Pride. I remember back in the day when that show was on, people was wearing Howard shirts, people was wearing FAMU gear, people was wearing Lincoln gear, people was wearing all kinds of, you know, Tuskegee, Tennessee State, you know, shout out to all the HBCUs. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But yeah. But anyway, all right, let's transition real quick, because I could get into a whole thing about it. I could get to a whole thing. Justice Note, what's up? Savage Cabbage, what's good? Like I said, again, the guy went to jail. It's just some things were sketchy to me, but that's just me. Gay Face Willis, what's up? You know, and that's what they talked about that too in the documentary I was watching. Justice Note, what's up? Oh, that public fight with Tommy Mottola, and he brought in the Black Panther. I mean the Nation of Islam. Yeah, my fellas are mixed. I'm like, because I can't. There's. He never denied not giving. What's crazy? He never denied not giving women quaaludes, because he told him and what was the the guy from CNN that used to interview people a lot. Oh man, oh my goodness, who passed away like 3 years ago. Dwayne Dillon, what's up? Well, no, it's been like 5 years ago. Who used to have the Larry King? Yes, he was on Rasta Life. What's up? He was on Larry King. They were laughing and joking about going to clubs, giving women quaaludes, because that was the drug of choice at the time in the 70s. It's almost like somebody, you know, we call them fizz or well, you know, pills, giving women pills. I know when I was working at the raves, they give them out a lot. You know what I mean? But they were talking about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was giving them, you know, pills. Women would come up, you could drop them in their mouth. They just laughing and giggling. So I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? Not saying, you know what I mean? Like, not saying because he laughed about it. He joked about it. But, oh man, come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. I'm Kansas City, Missouri. Stop playing. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, Erica D. I'm not saying he didn't do it because he said he did. At the same time, yeah. Nah, dog. Alvin, you tripping. It's early in the morning. What's up, Sam? What's good? What? Yeah. 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 They used to do those. Yeah, that's what he was talking about. But yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I don't want to get too much in the weeds because, I mean, he said it out of his own mouth. Well, let's take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back with more. Lord have mercy, I'm going to get it beat up for this. You're defending Bill. Oh, boy. I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mac Show.
Will be
Right back.
It's just your mama's raisin butter biscuits. That's all it is.
Not my mama biscuits.
Whoop de doo.
Nigga love to a biscuit, man.
Whoop de doo.
Okay, so what happened is one time Randy Beeman went on a trip with his dad and they picked up a lady who wanted to ride home, and this was in Kansas. And she sat in the back seat, and when they got where she wanted to go, they turned around and she was gone. And Randy Beeman's dad talked to the man who lived there and told him what the lady looked like. And the man said, "Oh, that's my wife, but she died 4 years ago." Spooky, huh? Okay, bye.
Whoop de doo.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Whoop de doo.
Good idea. Visiting the circus. Bad idea. Having the circus visit you.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to this latest rumor. Like I said, the Damson Idris rumorville has been like on fire lately. And I don't know if this is just based on the information that we have from the gala, and they're just running with this now. But I don't know. I'm thinking this is I don't know. I just have this feeling that he is going to end up being T'Challa, but not the T'Challa we asking for. I think they're really, really, really keen on the whole T'Challa Jr. thing. I really think they are. You know, which I just don't understand. Like, I mean, besides the backflips and everything people was doing, you know, why couldn't they just tell the story with a new T'Challa and he could still go on to, you know, learn his new son and all of that? That's what I didn't understand. Why did you have to, you know, delete the character? That's the weird part to me. They could have still did the same movie, all of that. But I don't know. It's like I said, it's weird to me. But let's see. If they do, because the Disney cruise, when they played the Disney cruise and they had Shuri fake, you know, fighting invisible robots, and you know, her brother came, I guess, like through the portal, you know, and he she seen him. She was like, "Oh my goodness, my brother! It's been so long to see you." And he was like, "I knew I was coming back to you." And it was like Wakanda forever. And they got like a big. That was going wild. I want to say, what was that? 2023. That clip went wild. I was like, see, they're even acknowledging that they could do a T'Challa, a T'Challa and Shuri. But then, you know, this whole T'Challa Jr. thing, aging them up, taking them from the future, all of that, instead of just getting a T'Challa from the past, it just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. It does not make sense to me. So, he's the only step and can fight invisible robots. You know, I don't know. All right, let's get to this. Let's get to the rumor. Black Panther 3 is on the way, and it's been widely reported that the movie will kick off the post-Avengers Secret Wars in the MCU in February 2028. A mixture of rumors, even some leaked concept art from the next Avengers movie. It remains unclear whether it was for, whether it's for Doomsday, Secret Wars, or perhaps previous versions of both titles. Has pointed to Marvel Studios reintroducing T'Challa. Chadwick Boseman died 2020. I hate when this does this. I don't want to subscribe. But Chadwick Boseman died in 2020 following a hard-fought battle with cancer. The actor's passing sent shockwaves through Hollywood, forcing Marvel Studios to go back to the drawing board with his planned Black Panther sequel. Shuri took over for T'Challa in 2021's Black Panther Wakanda Forever, though original plans for the movie were much different. The idea had been for it to deal with the fallout from Avengers Endgame, with T'Challa returning from the blip to learn his son has been born while he was among the dead. From there, we have followed the hero getting to know his child while likely battling Namor the Submariner. You know what's crazy? Why couldn't they just make Wakanda Forever during the blip and have Shuri be the Black Panther so you can explain why he wasn't there? That would have been the easy part. Make Kent, what's up? Good to see you up in the chat. Enrique, what's good? My thing was you could have explained why T'Challa was not there. You could have put it through the blip. You didn't have to do it post blip. You could have introduced Namor the Submariner. He could have still flooded Wakanda. He could have still did all of that. But what you didn't have to do is kill. First of all, killing Queen Ramonda was dumb. And two, you could have had Shuri, be not one of the ones who got blipped. You could have found her. She just wasn't found. Kind of like what you did with Ant-Man. She could have, you could have, had her in the Wakandan mines hiding out. And the reason why the detection, wasn't, didn't find her is because it's hard because of the Wakandan mines to be able to detect life down there. And she's just down there with the queen and different people like that trying to regroup and how they're going to go forward, without T'Challa and still have all the emotional beats, all of that stuff during the flipping blip. It would have been just easier. No. Like I keep telling y'all, my personal feelings is that man was mad because his star didn't tell him that he had cancer. Sorry. And that's just my tinfoil hat. I'm not saying it's real, but you can't tell me that man was not mad because the star of the movie who was still got a script. Remember, they said, oh yeah, because remember he was doing blues or whatever. And he was already losing weight for that role anyway, but he said he was going to gain it back soon as they start filming Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and he felt like, he was going to beat it and all of that stuff. He was going to be ready for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's just, you cannot tell me that man was not mad because he didn't reveal that to him. I'm sorry. Especially the way he talks about how he was the only guy I seen do that. The only thing I can think of is if that man was really your friend, he would have told you. He did not tell you. He died You didn't know. You wrote this whole entire script for him, and now he's not here. What do? I'm a black man in Hollywood who made $1 billion movie, and I'm trying to. This is if I put it like this: if Black Panther was Thriller and Michael Jackson, he was trying to make bad without Quincy Jones this time, and you done messed it up for me. You know what I mean? You messed it up for me. You know, so who's making terrible rumors? Kevin, I literally said this is my 10-4 hat. So what are you talking about? But that's my, if I'm looking at things logically, let's put your logical hat on. Right? No feelings, no emotions, no nothing. Logically. You create something. What's up, the Informant Media? You create something for somebody, right? You know, you did a project together. Everything was cool. Everything went fine. Oh my God, I can't wait. You know, we made all of this and we traveled around and we went on the press tour. We did this and we did that, you know, and I seen him down there with the children and he dressed up like Black Panther. And you seen all of this. The same things that Tom Holland does to Spider-Man. Like the same thing. Just logically. Get feelings out of it. Logically. Right? Then all of a sudden, you find out your star was hiding something as strong as a cancer diagnosis to you. You develop this relationship, you know, in all of that. You develop, all of this, right? But he didn't reveal that to you. He dies. Right? You thinking you getting ready to have another $1 billion franchise. You already did it once with this guy. He didn't tell you. Now you got to figure. Now you're trying to scramble because we act like Ryan Coogler still wasn't new to Hollywood. He's did some stuff, but he's not Martin Scorsese. He's not the Jerry Bruckheimer. He's none of these people that's been in Hollywood for years and knows the game. This guy is literally trying to make his stamp in Hollywood. And his star, the guy who took Black Panther to the next level in the zeitgeist of the American people in Black America, had the kids dancing and all of that, didn't reveal the cancer diagnosis. You wrote a script and he dies on you. What would your feelings be? Logically, take feelings out of it. Logically, what would you feel like? Would you feel a little betrayed? Because I just gave you this script and what, a month later, he passes? Wouldn't you feel a little shaded? Jaded? I would. Because I put all my eggs in this basket and we already made magic. So all I'm saying is, it's not out of the realm of possibility based on my little tinfoil hat observation. No, I'm saying logically, let's put the situation in a logical perspective, right? Wavy down one. Logically, we're putting in a perspective, a logical perspective. If A plus B equals C, the scenario, the premise, how it went down, you know what I'm saying? How it ended. Then ask yourself, based on the logic of this situation, how would you feel? Are you catching what I'm saying now? Logically, this is the situation without feelings or anything. This is how we from A to B to C. Now, think about it and what would your feelings be? And technically, I will 1,000% agree with you. Erica, I 1,000% agree with you. And the reason why I agree with you is because they should have had he should have had a contingency if something was to happen, hey, this could be a possibility. But again, if you think about how, if you think about what, how can I say this? If you think about Chadwick and what he has said, you know what I'm saying, about black men in Hollywood and how he had to fight to get certain people paid and you know, and get this done for people and not take roles because they waited, they were treating them. Do you really think that he would tell anybody about his diagnosis for the fear of not being paid, especially after he went to the studio and asked to get paid? So I can see not telling him, especially if he feels like he's going to beat it. You see what I mean? I'm not going to tell these people I'm going to beat this because if I tell them, they're going to remove me for this project, which takes food off of the table of my family because, again, at the end of the day, acting is a job. Let me say that again. Acting is a J-O-B. What up, Rico? Acting is a job. It is not, they're not the characters. So to protect my job, I got to do what I got to do, son. It's people out here sell crack and no, hey, I got to feed my family. I don't see no problem. Why? I understand why he did it. I understand. I would have said something, but I can understand why he did it. Why he didn't say anything. Because at the end of the day, they would have removed him off of there, you know, pitting his cancer diagnosis. They would have felt sorry for him. But what they wasn't going to do, let me say this again. What they wasn't going to do is pay him on the level of Chris Evans. What they wasn't going to do is pay him on the level of Robert Downey Jr. What they wasn't going to do is pay him on the level of Chris Hemsworth. Even though his solo movie with no other people in there was higher than theirs. Let's use our logical brain and let's break down a scenario and then ask yourself, if you were Ryan Coogler, how would you feel? That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. It sounds more, based on everything we've seen transpire since then, it sounds more deliberate to kill off the character, not include the character in a lot of iterations that's owned by Marvel Studios than to honor the character by recasting. Is all I'm saying. You remove him from X-Men 97. Why? That has nothing to do with the MCU. But to deliberately do it, it sounds more personal. Is all I'm saying. To deliberately do it. To deliberately not him deliberately not have a voice in Marvel Zombies, that's deliberate. That sounds like you have a vendetta now. It doesn't sound like honoring that. Nobody has been honored. Like Kevin Conroy died. They didn't honor him by just having Batman be mute. You know what I'm saying? They recast Batman, the voice of Batman, with other people. You see what I mean? And Kevin Conroy has been gone for the last 3 years. You still see Batman being voiced. Is all I'm saying is, if you look at it, if everything that you looked at, right? Yeah, he whispered. But if you look at everything that has transpired since then, you cannot tell me that it doesn't look deliberate. It doesn't look like honoring. It looks like a deliberate erasure. Because like I said, if it was me and I was vindictive, how dare you don't tell me about your cancer diagnosis? How dare you, for one, get this set up, get my hopes up, and then you can't even tell me this, you die on me? I'm going to make sure nobody else has this position like you did. And that's what I was talking about when it goes to gatekeeping. Because again, if you don't think black people gatekeep in Hollywood, you don't know Hollywood. You don't know Hollywood. There's so many black directors and black actors that will literally hate on you just so you don't get no roles. Just literally, and you need to learn the history of Hollywood. Once they let that few in, those few, if you don't think black people have power to bring on other black people, you don't know Hollywood. You don't know Hollywood because they don't want too many. But there's gatekeeping in Hollywood. Period. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. So if I explained it right, then you will understand. If I didn't explain something, put it in the chat. Like, I don't get it. I don't see what your connection is. Put it in the chat. Dwayne Dillon, what's up? All right. So, Black Panther Wakanda Forever instead dealt with the fallout for the hero's demise in universe and followed Shuri as she inherited the Black Panther mantle. The closing moments of the sequel introduced Toussaint, aka T'Challa II, the fallen king's young son, and the natural successor to his father's crown. It was trash. Dan the Man, what's up? Dan the Man was good. But this whole plot thread for him having a son, trash. Trash. Again, trash. That man would not be a baby daddy in the comics. And I'm glad. I'm so glad Jonathan Hickman, made him a king back in the comics, where black writers and all of that didn't even attempt to do it. Jonathan Hickman did it. Crazy, right? And again, shout out to Dr. Eve Ewing. All she had to do was put the man back in there. But no, it took Jonathan Hickman. Now I'm starting to wonder, is it the writer or is it the head of Marvel Comics that is doing this? So, yeah. I'm just saying. Well, all of that to take into account, fans are understandably eager to learn what comes next for the MCU's Black Panther. Now, let's put possible in capital letters, title for the next movie is doing the rounds on social media after being published by a production list. So let me just do this real quick. Let me take a really quick commercial break. Really quick. And I'll be right back. Trust me, this is going to be real quick. Well, maybe. Let me take a quick commercial break and I'll be right back for more of the Dre Mack Show.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Are you going down? Then you gotta know the best way to go. On the down low.
Damn, you banking like that? And you come over here with a biscuit meal, man?
Would you like to take a survey?
No. Elevator go down the hall.
It's you! It's you!
Whoop-de-doo.
We are talking about the same girl.
Okay, well, what do we do? Fight a duel or something?
Well, I don't know. Maybe,
This?
Slower. Bend over.
Studman, what's going on?
Darling, are you all right?
Studman, who was that woman?
That was Professor Haight, disguised as an ugly French lap dancer.
Ugly? She looked beautiful.
I suppose she might have been considered beautiful until you walked in the room.
Oh, Stedman, I've been dreaming of this moment. Come here.
Wild horses couldn't keep me away. Invisible robots!
Invisible robots?
Beep, 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 beep. Look out!
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. Where'd it go? Did it literally? Oh my God. It literally, I don't know. I just need to take a quick commercial break. I really did. Oh man. All right. So let's see what production list says for. Let's see what it did. Oh my God, something is in my eye and it is terrible right now. All right. So according to the site, Black Panther 3 will be titled, and this is according to production list. There is something in my eye. Will be titled Black Panther: Shadows of Wakanda. Sounds pretty cool, right? Well, while there's always a chance that this report is accurate, production list typically complies from Facebook posts and YouTube, and Shadows of Wakanda has been talked about by fans on both platforms. Okay, production list typically complies from Facebook posts and YouTube. Okay. Oh, I don't believe that this is the title. Until further notice, I just don't believe that this is the title. Because what does Shadows of Wakanda mean? The past of Wakanda? You know what I'm saying? Are we bringing the past of Wakanda? What are we doing? You know, I don't know about this one. I just don't. Just being honest. With this in mind, we don't expect the highly anticipated threequel to ultimately be titled Black Panther: Shadows of Wakanda. Marvel Studios may not even have settled on a title at this early stage, though we do know that the script is currently being written. Black Panther was released in 2018 to widespread critical acclaim and a massive $1.3 billion worldwide. The sequel, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, grossed $859 million worldwide in 2022 and was similarly considered a success in the post-COVID landscape for superhero movies. Denzel Washington is expected to join the cast, while Ryan Coogler will return to direct. F1, the movie star Damson Idris is rumored to be the new T'Challa. A release date hasn't been officially announced, but Black Panther 3 would be a fitting choice of a movie to usher in a new era of storytelling. So that is the rest of this rumor. Again, just listening to Darius for Planet Fanatics because he has people. And again, I believe the studio wants T'Challa and Disney wants T'Challa Sr. And that's where the Eldest Hodge and Damson Idris rumors are heating up. Now, we haven't seen Cross is coming out, I think, next year. Of course, I will be doing videos again for Cross. Okay. Also, Bel Air Fridays is coming back too. November 24th is Bel Air too. So make sure that y'all tune in because I will be doing breakdowns of Bel Air like I used to do for the other one, which is still one of my highest rated video is Bel Air 1 through 3 from last season 2. So we're gonna do season 3 again. So yeah. I don't know about this. I believe that they're going to go. I believe they're wholeheartedly going to go with T'Challa. I really do. I believe, because a 30-year-old man who still looks like in his early 20s, they don't feel like he could play an older T'Challa. According to Tina, he doesn't give grown man, like Eldest Hodge. And they said the studio wants Damson, and the one lady from Wicked to be Storm, which I'm sorry, ill. They don't want to let up on T'Challa or anything like that. I wouldn't be surprised though. This is the thing though. I wouldn't be surprised if either Eldest Hodge or Damson Idris is in Secret Wars, and this is why. If you know the Secret Wars comic, which the Russo brothers said years ago, if there's any movie they want to do, that's Secret Wars. They said that on camera years ago. But if you know the comics, T'Challa is so essential to the story. I can literally see the Russo brothers with the power that they have, because they have way more power than Ryan, even though that's his character. It's almost like what the Russo brothers did with Gamora. And this is the reason why I'm bringing this up, and the reason why I could see T'Challa Senior being in their movie. Gamora in their movie in Infinity War got thrown off the ledge, and then they brought another Gamora back from a different point in time in 2014. They brought her back from that point in time when she was still working for Thanos, and brought her into this new universe, into this new timeline, which was what, the 2029 timeline or 2025 at that time or something like that, right? Now, James Gunn admittedly said he did not want Gamora that was not his plans. He had to change a lot of his plans around to fit that Gamora into Guardians of the Galaxy 3, because he was surprised that the character died in their movie. Like, use her as a sacrifice and then brought her from another point in time. Right? I believe that the Russo brothers do something similar. I believe that. I do believe that. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it is T'Challa Senior. But I also would not be surprised if it's T'Challa Jr. from another point in time or from another timeline. T'Challa and the reason why I said this, they already put it in the zeitgeist that another Black Panther could come from the future and affect the present. That's what a lot of people, why they did not like Eyes of Wakanda, because it sets up a precedence for the average viewer who don't know nothing about T'Challa like that, to be able to they, in this cartoon I watched, they brought another Black Panther. She was female, but they brought her from the future. Why can't they just use her? Because they just think it's just a mantle and that's it. Not the particular character, just a mantle. They could just be passed on to this person and that person. Thank you, Nate Moore. Thank you, Ryan Coogler. Because that's the way you presented it, which is not like that. It's about a king and his kingdom. That's what it's about. A king and his kingdom. No, in the eyes of Ryan Coogler, it's a baby daddy in his adventures as the baby daddy king that we'll just kill out because anybody could just be Black Panther. Hey, give it to M'Baku, why don't you? Even though he doesn't even come from the same. Let me give it to Adora Milaje. What? Let's bring back Killmonger. What? Even though technically he was King of Wakanda during Christopher Priest's run, where Christopher Priest was writing not only Black Panther, but he was writing Deadpool, because I literally have that comic. And I'm not going to lie, that comic is awesome. But it was a reason why he was Black Panther for that period of time, and how everything still went back to status quo few issues later. I'm just saying. So, Andre Ware, thanks so very much for the $2 super chat. We didn't need a lesson on grief. Recast T'Challa. Facts. Big facts on that one. Hold on. I got you, big dog. I got you.
Taste the biscuit. Thank you. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
I just read this. It's funny. Somebody put Shadows of Wakanda. That's racist. You shouldn't describe them like that. That's effed up. That's effed up. But somebody wait a minute. Before we Hold up. Let me read some of these. You know what? I should have read these comments. Kev Z, what's up? They didn't even remotely scratch the surface to Sick Horror Kingdom. Remotely do it. But, oh yeah, let's get the likes up real quick. Let's get the likes up. Hold on. I didn't read this. So let me do this real quick. Let's read some of the comments. Let's see what the comments. I just noticed there was comment section out here. Okay, so this is what I just read. Shadows of Wakanda, that's racist. Shouldn't describe them like that. And this person put, this is how I saw what you said in my head. That's racist. Matches put, should have just recasted him. They treated Chadwick if he was Jesus. He was Jesus himself. I've said that multiple times. Himself, because he's the first black superhero to have a movie, because all the new MCU fans are too young to know about Blade 1998. Seriously, it's like society set it himself. At some point, we went backwards in time, just like the movie reintroduced another T'Challa, the same way they replaced Groot. I don't know what the last part of that was, but I get what he was saying. All right, let's say they settled. All right, take Secret Wars, reset it as an opportunity to bring the proper T'Challa back instead of the son no one cares about. Just these small comments. This dropped 2 hours ago. Just these small amount of comments is telling you nobody cares about the child. He has no presence in the comics. He is a created character. He's a bastard son. Nobody cares about the child. Recast T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. All the rest of this is some hootenanny. some all of that. We're sick of it. I don't like it.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
Bring back T'Challa Jr. Nobody cares. Dude, if you're a black person and you start reading about Black Panther comics and you read that he never had a son, that he's the Marriott type before he has a child. They never, even him and Storm never had a child. And then you turn around and be like, well, why did they do this in the movies? Why did they do this in the movies? Why would they do that? Oh, they wanted to do a baby daddy story? Yeah, I don't know about that one, son. I'm just saying I would be pretty, when I found out about this, I was like, a baby daddy? Nah, son. Jiggy Network, thank you so very much for the $9.99 super chat. Great show, Dre. I try, man. Now, I didn't get here. I had dial up. Where was y'all at? Where was y'all at with the dial up jokes, huh? I was trying my damnness using what I got, son. I had the people come and fix my crap yesterday. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all, if you're a customer service, never, ever, 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 ever talk over a person when he's trying to explain to you, I don't work for the company. I don't know. I just know it doesn't work. Why do I have to do all of this extra stuff where it don't work? Every time I touch it, it don't work. Bring somebody out, son. I don't work for them. You know what I mean? So, exactly, Eric. And the black folks that was doing that, boy, that's why I was having beef. But shout out to that super chat, man. I appreciate it, Junior. Let me give you some of this biscuit.
You are truly amazing. Thank you for your super chat.
Every time I see that, he was so happy. I just love seeing Tyrone Magnus happy with his biscuits. I love it. Love it. But what do you guys think about this whole entire story? Did I explain everything right? Again, I'm explaining things from my perspective. My perspective. the way I would look at it, the way I'm logically putting it in my mind, and asking the question, how would you feel after putting all these scenarios together? That's it. What did you guys think? Put it in the comment section below and let me know what you think. But again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never have ever. Oh, that's that biscuit smell. Miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace and Vampire, man. Shout out to all my veterans again, man. Enjoy your Veterans Day, man. Go out and get some reduced meals or something, man. Where's my outro at? Because you already know them biscuits is calling. And I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves.